What's up, guys? I'm Kurt, and this is CNR TV. On today's episode, we're going to be joined by my first guest on this channel review thing we're doing.
Yep.
What's going on, Josh? How's it hanging, man?
It's going well. Excited to get this going. Enjoyed the first episode, so I'm excited to talk about it.
That's awesome, man. Well, that's exactly what we're going to do. Josh and I are here today to recap episode 1 of Marvel's newest Disney Plus series, Falcon Winter Soldier. Then we're going to give our opinion. Just so we keep everything straight, though, we're going to give you a recap right here. The show takes place in the wake of Avengers Endgame, when billions of vanished people have returned after a 5-year absence, and the world is suddenly feeling pretty crowded. As the first episode begins, we find that Sam and Bucky are trying to figure out where they belong in Marvel's post-Avengers Endgame world. But, as usual, baddies are about to make that more complicated. Last time we saw Sam Wilson, also known as the Falcon, played by actor Anthony Mackie. He had been chosen to be the next Captain America and had been given the iconic shield by old Steve Rogers. To me, it appeared as if he didn't seem too sure about taking up the mantle. On the other side of the show's title, we have Bucky Barnes, played by actor Sebastian Stan, also known as the Winter Soldier. Originally, Bucky was Steve's sidekick during World War II, until he went missing, and he popped up decades later as a brainwashed assassin for Hydra. After telling Sam he made the right decision in donating Cap's shield to the Captain America exhibit, the same government official later presents the new Captain America to the world. It's clearly a kick in the teeth for Sam, who handed over the shield because he reasoned that no one should step in Steve's role, making it especially hard while Sam is trying to deal with personal issues with his family. In the opening action sequence in the Tunisian sky, feels similar to the start of 2014's Captain America, the Winter Soldier, where Sam drops out of the plane in confidence, much like Steve did. It's clearly designed to tell us Sam is worthy of taking Steve's place, despite his misgivings. Now, we only get a little bit about the show's villain group, the Flag Smashers, in this episode. They're an anarchist group that prefer the world as it was during the blip. They gather followers online and engage in a V for Vendetta style, everyone wears the same mask, misdirection stunt to pull off a heist. And at least one of them has superhuman strength and reflexes. Later, we see Bucky making amends for his dark deeds as Winter Soldier, including taking down a corrupt senator planted by Hydra. He tells his therapist that he had a little calm in Wakanda. However, in the episode's biggest emotional gut punch, it turns out he's befriended the father of one of his victims. They have a super fun time hanging out, and it even gets Bucky a lovely date. But he's too racked by guilt to enjoy it. It seemed like that date was going pretty well, too. Well, guys, that's the recap. Yep. And now I want to get your thoughts. Tell me what you thought of it. Was it what you were expecting? Just let us know how you feel about it.
Started out with a lot of action, which I thought was a nice break from WandaVision.
Yeah, that's true. Very true.
Couple cool cameos, which were neat. Noticed in the recap, you noticed Batroc the Leaper.
Yeah.
It slowed down a lot in the middle, a lot more than I thought it would, but it's setting up a lot of good stuff to come. I think.
It's funny you say that because if you compare it to how WandaVision started with the first couple of episodes were almost... it was impossible for some people to get through them and move on to the rest of the series, which did pick up steam. But if this one's already starting kind of at, a high note, The everything's happening now. So I think we're going to see a pretty progressive push through this whole series.
I hope so. They set up a lot of stuff. What is this, 8-episode series?
Yes, I think it was. No, I think it's 6.
Oh, 6. Oh,
it's just 6 episodes.
Okay.
But anyway, did you notice anything that stood out to you specifically about the episode?
The Flag Smasher stuff. I got a lot of questions. Is he
Pray tell.
Is he a super soldier? The guy carrying out the bags?
Yeah, is he some remnant left over from Hydra's experiments?
Right. Because in Captain America, they had the one chance, and it worked on Steve. But then they had 5 or so test subjects in Winter Soldier. So I guess the technology's still available.
Right. The serum, or at least the derivative of the serum, has been and does exist.
Right. That's how the Hulk was created, I think, in
the
Marvel movies. And Abomination.
So did you have did you have some more points you wanted to make or anything?
Yeah. My biggest question is, I took notes. Why did Sam give up the shield?
I think Sam, it seemed to me that Sam was wanting to kind of get back to a family life, calm. He didn't want the responsibility.
After being gone 5 years.
I mean, he made the point in a couple of places that he didn't feel that anybody deserved to be Captain America.
Which, I guess, the ending was a kick in the teeth.
Exactly. It was a kick in the teeth. Yeah, and I think he feels like an obligation because he did leave his family and now they're in trouble.
Right.
And that plays a huge role. I think it's going to be a big part of the story moving forward.
Did he know they were in trouble when he went to them? It kind of didn't seem that way.
No, I think he knew. I think him and his sister had already had a conversation about her selling the boat.
That's true.
So, yeah, I think so.
So another note I took was Torres, the Air Force guy that was working with him.
Oh, yeah, Torres, yeah.
He's actually a comic book character that takes over for Falcon when he becomes Captain America.
Right, I did read that.
That was interesting. I had no idea. I had to look that up on the side.
Yeah, so they're going to flesh out his character a whole lot more.
Yeah, I wonder if he'll actually fill in the role and be the new character, since I have a feeling the Falcon will become Captain America.
Become the Captain America, yeah, because he'll realize that there was a reason that Steve wanted him to have the shield and take on the mantle. Another
note, Flag Smasher is actually a comic book villain that they've turned into a group.
A group, okay.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting. I don't know if he's a super soldier in the comics or not, but Captain America villain, naturally.
Okay.
So, same idea that he was an anti-nationalist kind of character. So that's what they are. No borders, etc. Another one is, where is Captain America? And they have that little.
He's on the moon, man.
Right. They have
He's on the moon
joke. But
because Anthony Mackie did kind of have a smirk on his face when he was like, "Yeah, I don't believe everything," or whatever the exact line was.
That seems like a dig at internet conspiracy theorists.
Yeah. I think the show makers said that he had lived his life out in an alternate timeline.
Right.
So he returned back to live the rest of his life.
The director said that, and then the writers said he lived in the main timeline. So there's no consensus on what actually happened.
The actual writer or the
movie writers. Yeah.
Well, I think they would know. I'm gonna go with the writers on that.
So, based on the trailer, I thought the scene when he took the shield to the museum was like a funeral for Cap. He just died off screen. But now, is he up in the sword base with Nick Fury? That would be more in line with the moon thing.
Right. Right. We definitely know that Fury is in space.
Right.
So maybe Steve joined him, and I don't know. I don't see what the point is if he's not going to come back as Captain America. Right. You know what I mean?
Right. But then there's rumors that he might show up in like a a Tony Stark style role where it's just a minor cameo here and there.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know if it would be old Cap or not. Maybe like another World War II era movie or something. New Captain America at the end. What'd you think?
I mean, they don't give you much about him, so I can't form an opinion. I know what I've read, and that in the past that he was he's been both friend and foe to Captain America.
Right. And so I noticed on the star on his uniform it forms an A, and I'm wondering if that's for America or his comic name, which is U.S. Agent.
Yeah, U.S. Agent. I don't know, man.
Because if you notice the star, it does form a very distinct A.
So you think he's gonna not be I'm Captain America too? Right. He's gonna be like I'm whatever.
U.S. Agent.
I'm U.S. Agent.
Name, John Walker, whatever his name is.
Right. I guess we'll have to wait and see. They did say where he's manipulated by politicians, in the past.
Yeah.
So I wonder if that's gonna, that he's gonna be a tool for,
Well, I'm glad you said that because I noticed he carries a gun too.
Oh yeah.
Which is not what Captain America was about. So it's like instead of being a propaganda piece like Captain America was, he's straight up soldier.
Yeah.
So, and speaking of soldier, that Winter Soldier flashback.
Yes.
God, that was good.
Yes, it was.
But what did you think about him befriending the dad?
He's
got killed.
He's got some stuff going on up there. I think he really wants to tell him, but then he doesn't want to lose his friendship.
Yeah.
And so, it's all part of his therapy to make amends, right?
Right.
And I think he just needs to stick to turning in corrupt senators.
That was a great scene, by the way.
And
I think his stuff.
I mean, it won't serve any purpose. It's certainly not for the dad to know this because it's just going to hurt him worse.
Right.
And then he's going to feel betrayed and hurt, and he's certainly not going to have any more time with the girl.
Right. Do you think that'll be a plot point going forward that he'll finally tell him? Because his name is
of course. I mean, of course he's going to tell him, and that's just cinema 101 right there.
But when he went, I even said out loud, "Don't tell him."
Yeah, don't tell him now.
No.
But it's going to come out, and somebody else is probably going to tell them.
Right. That's true. He'll find out through someone else, and then be mad, and then they'll work it out.
But then he'll have to save him from sure doom.
Right. So, yeah, it was good. I think Winter Soldier stuff was my favorite.
Yeah,
taking control of the car and.
I don't know, man. Watching Falcon fly those wings.
Yeah, that opening 10 minutes was incredible.
But dang, we can't go without mentioning how good those freaking flight suit guys were.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I mean, they didn't have $1 billion worth of technology on their back.
They still got around him.
Yeah, and they gave him a fight.
Yeah.
Especially that one guy. What's his name?
Batroc the Leaper.
Batroc the Leaper. Yeah. He really gave him a run.
Yeah.
I almost beat him.
Yeah. And they had like 4 helicopters on standby, and they blew them all up.
What does Falcon call the little drone on his back?
Red Wing.
Red Wing. That thing's badass, man.
Yeah. Because in the comics he has a bird named Red Wing that he can telepathically communicate with.
See, man, that's why I'm so glad that you're here, because you know the comic side of it. And
sort of.
And I know some of the cinematic side of it.
Yeah.
So I think that's a good combination.
Yeah, for sure.
And I'm trying to read more and look at the read the comics and stuff so I can get there. But
so, obviously, telepathic birds is not cinematic universe.
Right.
So,
but drones
I like
are.
The drone. Yeah. They even had like a bird chirp when it takes off from his back. That was really cool.
Marvel doesn't miss anything, man. I mean, if it's in the show, there's a reason for it.
Right.
So, did you notice anything that just seemed like it was obscure in this episode that is probably going to end up being something important?
the initial opening, since we're talking about it, why were they after that soldier?
Exactly, yeah.
And then
the Tunisian sky.
Yeah. That specific guy. Why was it worth so much?
And is this was that a mission that Nick Fury was running from Sword in space?
Well, if you remember, Nick Fury hired Batroc in Winter Soldier.
Right.
That was like off the books op that Captain America just happened to stop.
Right.
So like he's working both sides theoretically.
Yeah, and the plot thickens.
What about you? Anything? Obviously, Flag Smashers.
Yeah, I'm real interested to get deeper into that whole side of the story, and I'm Torres.
Mm-hmm.
I'm really interested to see how they,
where they go,
because his interactions were important, but I think they have you're learning a whole lot more. He speaks multiple languages. He's got this interest in Falcon. And knows a lot about him.
Yeah. He also filmed him a lot.
Yeah, and that's going to come into play.
Well, the comment too, conspiracy brain going for a second. When he reaches to work on Red Wing, and he says every time you guys work on it, it gets glitchy.
Yep.
Are they doing something to him? Are they like messing with him, framing him for something? Probably not, but.
Well, that'll be interesting moving forward to see.
Yeah. 5 more weeks.
5 more weeks.
All
right, guys. Well, thanks for coming by. Stay tuned next week when we will do episode 2 of Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Absolutely.
And please, if you have any points or comments, please leave them below. Let us know what you think. Remember to like and subscribe to this video so that you can stay up as we put out new episodes. All right, guys. We'll catch you guys on the next video.
Thanks.